Moving on to the overall video quality from the front camera, I've given the specifications right on top. This provides a 2160p resolution at 24 frames per second at about 21,000 kbps bitrate and a 156 MB per minute of file size. The overall video quality is very decent. I mean, this was in overcast conditions, cloudy conditions, and the situations weren't really bright outside. The camera is still able to give out a good picture quality. I mean, this is more than enough for any kind of evidence you might require from your dashcam, and the daytime video quality from the front camera is really worth considering. Moving on to the nighttime video quality from the front camera, this too is offering a very similar and a balanced experience, just like how we did during daytime. The brightness, contrast, and saturation levels don't seem too overtoned and undertoned, and is offering a decent footage, a good quality footage, which you can definitely use as evidence for any legal cases or insurance cases. The field of view of this camera is also sufficient enough to cover a wide area in front of the car, giving you most of the coverage. Now here's the number plate read of a two-wheeler at a distance of less than 10 feet during daytime from the front camera, and if we do zoom in to take a look, a very decent read. All letters and numbers are clearly visible, so you can definitely be sure that this camera is good enough to catch number plates of two-wheelers at a very close range. Moving on, here's the number plate read of a car which is about a distance of 20 feet or more, and if you zoom in to take a look, a decent read. You do see some mild noise here and there, but the overall readability of the plate is good enough, and you will be definitely able to make out the entire number plate at a distance of 20 to 25 feet. Now here's the next sample wherein I want to show you the number plate read during night time. Now this is at a closer range than the previous example. The vehicle is about a distance of 10 feet or something, but do note that in this specific snapshot, the headlights of my car are turned off, and if you zoom in to take a look, a good read of the number plate, all letters and numbers are clearly visible and sufficient enough to identify the vehicle and entirely identify the plate. But what happens if I turn on the headlights? Now once the headlights are turned on and if I zoom in, it does seem to cause an overexposed look, and you probably won't be able to read number plates during such instances. Now this is common with all the cameras which do not get a starvis 2 sensor. Moving on to the interior camera recording, now this offers a 1920x1080 full HD resolution at a similar 24 frames per second. It has a bitrate of about 5000 kbps and a file size of about 38 MB per minute. The clarity from the interior camera is actually good. I'm quite satisfied with the kind of video footage right here, and of course also along with that, the field of view of the camera is sufficient enough to cover the rear windshield, the rear windows, and some part of the front windows as well. Now during daytime, this will definitely offer you very good cabin footage, which is more than enough for any kind of evidence-based purposes. Moving on to the night footage from the interior camera, as you can see now it has switched to black and white because this is now recording in infrared using the 4 infrared lights present right next to the interior camera. The video quality and clarity is also very good in the infrared vision because at this particular moment the cabin was completely dark, but having infrared vision renders everything visible, renders everything brighter, and you will be able to see all the incidents that are happening inside the cabin of the car. Moving on to the rear camera video quality, this too offers a full HD resolution at 24 frames per second. I'm quite happy with the kind of video footage the rear camera is providing because you can see how cloudy the condition was, and because of which the footage has turned out to be much dimmer. But in spite of this, the contrast levels are right on point. It does not offer that overexposed or that hazy look which we usually tend to see from most rear cameras. The daytime video footage quality from the rear camera is sufficient and well value for money. Moving on to the nighttime video quality from the rear camera, this tends to capture some sort of a glare from the headlights and the street lights, but that's a very common affair with most rear cameras. But the other aspects of the rear camera, such as the brightness, contrast, and saturation levels, do seem decent and usable for most purposes. Now in terms of number plate readability, it might be good only at a very close range. Don't expect to have very good readability at a higher distances. The overall video quality is sufficient and more than enough and suitable to be used as evidence for any kind of a purpose you might want to use it for. Showing you the side-by-side comparison of all three cameras together. On top you can see the front camera, in the middle is the interior, and on the bottom is the rear camera. Now definitely the front camera outshines the other two because it is of a higher resolution and is offering a better contrast saturation levels. In terms of the interior camera, this too is offering a very decent footage, and for the purpose of recording cabin, this is more than enough. The rear camera too is performing as expected for the price this camera comes in, and for the entire value for money package the F17 offers. All three cameras are performing as expected, and you can be at a complete peace of mind once you start using the F17 dash camera. So this was an exhaustive and extended review video for the RedTiger F17 dashcam, and you probably are not going to watch this anywhere else on the internet. And in case if you do like this dashcam and are interested in purchasing it, the link to purchase it is given in the description below. Just head down, click on the link and purchase it. Also do note that this video took a lot of effort and planning to bring in front of you, and if you guys appreciate that effort, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and smash that like button. Also don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. Also, if you have any queries regarding this dash camera, you can always write that down. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.